All right, I'm going to take you to the degrees of freedom, the critical value. So what I'm looking at right now is my numerator for degrees of freedom, and that's going to be the sum of, or the degrees of freedom between groups, and the degrees of freedom within groups is going to be our denominator. So remember, k minus 1 was 2. So I'm going to be in this second column here, and we've got an alpha level. I'm going to go ahead and set my alpha level of 0.05, which is going to be this second value here of probability of making a type 1 error. So 0.05, and then I'm going to come down to 6 because I had 6 degrees of freedom on my within groups. So I'm just going to match the column and the rows up here. So I've got 6 degrees of freedom and 2 degrees of freedom, 2 on my numerator, 6 on my denominator, and I'm going to match those up. I'm going to come down here, and since I'm using an alpha level of 0.05, my critical value for my SF statistic is going to be 5.14. And what that means is that when I have my distribution that kind of looks like this, with a mean of 0, I've got 5.14, I believe it was, 5.14 standard deviations away from the mean, and anything beyond that is going to be my, my critical region. So if we can go back to the statistic that I calculated for our group, our pain group here, it looks like our F statistic was 53.35, which is huge. So I've got 53.35 standard deviations away from the mean. And remember, these distributions go on forever. So that's a huge difference, huge difference. So I can go ahead and statistically say that the means are significantly different from each other. Now, I don't know which mean it is yet. I'll have to do some more testing. I'll have to do a post hoc analysis. But now I know that I can go ahead and reject the null hypothesis that HO is mu1 is equal to mu2 is equal to mu3. I can go ahead and say I reject the null hypothesis, which is a good thing. I know that there's some difference somewhere between or within those means. Now, what I'd like to do is show you how to do this on Excel. So I'm going to take you through Excel, and I'm going to open up a new Excel page here, and I'll kind of walk you through this. I'll just open up a brand new one. And so I'll just go in here and call this Group 1. I'll move over to Group 2 and Group 3. And remember, these are pain groups. Now, I'll have to get my numbers, so I've got 879. I've got 8, 7, 9. And then I have 6, 5, 6. So I've got 6, 5, 6. And then in Group 3, I have 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, and 2. Now, I'm going to perform the F hypothesis test here. And it's pretty easy. So if you go up here to data and you click on data in your menu, not sure what's going on with mine there. It does say data. So data, and for some reason I'm not having my tools are gone. Wow, that's weird.